New Jersey's cottage food law requirements. So if you live in New Jersey and you want to start a home-based food business, well, guess what? They do now have a law that allows you to sell certain types of foods, though, through your home to customers. Now, I'm going to give you a rundown of everything you need to know, from sales limits, where you can sell, what you can sell, labeling, and so much more. So you want to stick around from beginning to end. I want to keep this a really quick video and make you understand exactly what you can and can't do. So let's dive right into it. Of course, welcome to Cottage Food Laws. We are a home-based food business channel dedicated to entrepreneurs looking to launch food businesses from home. You got to check out our other channels as well. We have tons of great resources here on YouTube, one of our large channels. Marketing Food Online has 150,000 subscribers, just like you, who are food entrepreneurs. Definitely want to check out that channel as well. All right, let's dive right into it. Right off the bat, number one, that's the sales limit, Damien. So there is a sales limit actually in New Jersey for their cottage food laws that limits you to $50,000 per year for cottage food operations, specifically in that state. Now, this cap is actually intended to allow like small scale producers like yourself to operate without the need for a commercial kitchen. Now, the next thing you want to know is where you can actually sell your items. So in New Jersey, cottage food producers can actually sell their products directly to consumers at venues such as, you can do farmers markets, roadside stands, local events, even directly from your home. If you're comfortable with people coming to your home and picking up your products, you can do that. Online sales are permitted within the state of New Jersey itself, but you must deliver them in person to the end user. Next up, let's find out what can be sold. So these types of foods, what I'm about to tell you, now this is not an all-inclusive list because the list actually is quite extensive, but I'll give you a rough idea of what you can sell, and that way you'll understand the difference between what's non-potentially hazardous and what is hazardous. Now, baked goods. These are things like, of course, breads, cookies, cakes. Keep in mind, though, all of these can have different variations. You can come up with multiple flavors, different textures, different sizes. There's a huge amount that you can play with here, okay? So don't limit yourself to just 4 or 5 things. If you can make chocolate chip cookies and sugar cookies, you can probably make dozens of different types. So baked goods is gigantic, plus it's a very big, profitable niche product. Jams and jellies. Now, non-potentially hazardous jams and jellies. This means that you have to make sure that it doesn't need refrigeration or require refrigeration for it to be used. Candies and confections, dry herbs and seasonings, preserves, certain types of preserves, obviously, popcorns and granolas as well. These, as you can get an idea, are products that don't need to be refrigerated, right? Or even consumed by time or temperature sensitivity, have to be consumed very quickly. Next up is what cannot be sold. Okay, let me give you a rundown roughly, and again, you'll get an idea of what I mean. Now, there's certain foods that are not permitted under cottage food law. Now, those are actually going to include potentially hazardous foods. Now, those that are requiring refrigeration. So once you make them, they have to be in a refrigerator the whole time, otherwise they can spoil or go bad. So that would be things like meat products, okay? So like meat jerkies and things, that's not allowed. If you're just cooking hamburgers or making chicken, lunches and dinners, those are items obviously you need a commercial kitchen for. You can't make those under cottage food. Low acid canned foods, dairy products, salsas, chutneys, and pickled products. Now keep in mind, these being that a lot of the pH levels too have to be just right for these certain items, and they have to go through a whole process. Now those are items that would be potentially hazardous. All right, so licenses or a permit, do you need them? Well, cottage food producers must register with the New Jersey Department of Health and obtain a cottage food operator permit. Now, this permit actually ensures that producers meet the state's healthy and safety standards and guidelines for operating under their cottage food law. Now, inspections, do I need one or not? Well, while routine inspections are not required, the New Jersey Department of Health reserves the right to inspect a cottage food operation if there are complaints about food safety concerns and such. So you don't necessarily get an inspection, but keep in mind if somebody calls the Department of Health on you, of course, they're going to come to your house and they're going to want to just double check and see what's going on, okay? That's actually pretty much similar, very, very similar to every state has the same similar guideline. Now, once you make your product, there are guidelines for specifically labeling. There are requirements. So let me run down really quick of what you understand what is actually on the label. You have a name and address of the cottage food operation. You have common or usual name of the product. So for instance, if it's chocolate chip cookies, you need to make sure that it states it is a chocolate chip cookie, not obviously trail mix or some type of other product. Ingredients in descending order of predominance by weight. So as an example, if you're going to make chocolate chip cookies, let's say, now flour is usually one of the biggest parts of a cookie. So that's going to be the one that weighs the most. So that would go from most to least, okay? Net weight or volume of product. So the net weight, for instance, let's say you are making trail mix, okay, or some type of a nut blend or snack. The net weight is always going to be the product's weight minus the packaging. This is going to be something that is going to only have the item itself, not the actual packaging included in the weight. The next one is the statement. Now, this has to say in your label that the food is made in a home kitchen that is not inspected by the Department of Health. So it gives the customer or the consumer the knowledge that it is actually a home-based food business and this is not made in a commercial kitchen. Now, LLCs. Damien, do I need an LLC or not? Well, actually, while it's not actually mandatory, forming, though, an LLC, limited liability, can actually provide legal and financial protections for cottage food operators and actually separating personal and business liabilities. That means that, let's say you open a cottage food. Those laws do not have anything in the books that you can't be sued if someone got sick or had an allergic reaction to something they ate. You personally would be liable, okay? Which actually brings me to the next part, insurance. And then again, this is not a requirement, but obtaining business liability insurance is recommended because it helps to protect against any potential lawsuits related to food safety or even other liabilities, okay? Now, business license. Now, in addition to the cottage food operator permit, local business licenses actually may be required, depending on the city and the county regulations. So your city or county may say, hey, you know what, Damien, you don't necessarily need this, you have a cottage food operator permit, but in our county here, we just require you to have a business license to operate a business from home. That may be something that may pop up. Now, the delivery method. How can I deliver my products, Damien? How do I get them? So cottage food operators, cottage food products can be sold and delivered directly to consumers within the state of New Jersey. Now, this could include actually in person. You can deliver it or you can ship it within the state and at approved sales venues, as I mentioned in the opening. So under New Jersey's cottage food laws, that's a good understanding, a good platform, and a good foundation for you to understand what you can do and what you can't. If you have any questions about this, let us know down below. And definitely check our channel here. We have all kinds of great resources for everyone in every state, from marketing to packaging and so much more. See you in the next video.